His death was sudden. At a point in time, my mind was blank. I wasn't listening to anything. I couldn't hear anything. I was partially like deaf. My eyes, I couldn't see. Even if people are sitting down, I would just, by voices, my vision was blurred. That fateful day took us by surprise.
A new voice is rising. A voice for the widows whose lives hold more pain than most can imagine. Welcome to the Impact Stories.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Impact Stories. This is where real stories inspire hope and healing. Today, we're talking to a guest whose story is one of strength, resilience, and finding purpose after loss. Join us as we listen to this story that truly deserves to be heard. Again, this is the Impact Stories, and my name is Maria. You're welcome, Ma.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much.
I'd like you to go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Zulai Sarah Bako.
Okay. Who is Zulai Sarah Bako? We're talking about your childhood, growing up, becoming this person that we now know. Who is she?
Well, my childhood was a wonderful one. I was born into a wonderful family. My parents, my mother, my father. My mother a Mauritian and my father a Nigerian.
Oh.
It was a family of love. And my upbringing, honestly, was a very wonderful one. My primary school days, I attended Capital School, Kaduna. And then my secondary school was FGGC Bakuri.
Okay.
And after FGGC Bakuri, I attended Kaduna Polytechnic. Then where I had my diploma from Kaduna Polytechnic, I proceeded to St. Gerard's, where I went for diploma in nursing also.
Interesting.
And then I also attended a staff development center for on-the-job training in public administration, where I got a certificate in public administration.
So I take it that you're big on educating and developing yourself. And I really do appreciate that. This smiley face, this jolly person sitting next to me, have you always been like that?
Yes. Since childhood, I've been a very happy person. I've been a jolly person, and I always see reasons to be happy. Despite all odds, I see reasons to be happy. My childhood has been a happy one. I've not had any reason to be unhappy.
Born into, let me use the word mixed race, which would mean that different tradition, different cultures, different way of thinking had to come together and birth the home that you were birthed into. Was there anything unique about your home in comparison to maybe your friends or the other families that you saw while growing up?
The uniqueness about my family was especially my mom, coming from a different tradition, culture, and all her life she has never been to Africa, not to talk of Nigeria. And her life impacted us a lot. She lived a life of sacrifice, a life of love. She left all, and concentrated on her family, especially my family, my husband, my father's side. She was busy learning the Hausa culture because my father is Hausa Fulani from Zaria. So she was learning how to please my father. We grew up seeing her learning miyan kuka. You can imagine somebody from one culture learning tuwo. She could make tuwo. She could make kununzaki. And there was something very funny about her. There's this delicacy we call pate.
Yes.
My mother, in fact, say pate. petty. She calls it petty. So she knew how to do it very well. Till my old age was when, after I married, after years, in fact, over 7 years in marriage, before I even knew how to prepare it and kununzaki. But my mother, for those years she was in marriage, she knew how to do it.
So your mother crossed borders and adopted a culture that wasn't hers to become her own, and made a life for you, her children. I'm sure you saw a lot of love.
Absolutely.
There was a lot of tenderness, I hope.
Absolutely.
Between your parents. When it was time for you to find and build yours, did you look for that in the man you hope to be your husband? And did you find it?
Thank you for that wonderful question. Actually, my own way of life, the pattern of my own marriage was very different from my parents' own.
How so?
Well, the platform where we met was not the secular platform.
Okay.
Neither was it in school. I met my husband in a ministry.
Okay.
So those years, when I had finished school and all that, I actually was not the type that I said I needed specifications. Then I had already given my life to Christ, and I wanted just one quality in a man that fears and loves God. That was the criteria I gave myself. I didn't look for money. I didn't look for physical appearance. I just wanted someone that would serve God together all the days of our life in peace and love. And that was what I got.
You found it?
Yes, I did.
You did seek, and then it was there. What kind of a man? I know you didn't have specifications, but then here he is. And something on the inside of you says, this is what I've been searching for. What kind of a person, what kind of a man would you say your late husband was?
Wow. In fact, my husband was a wonderful man. He was a wonderful man. He was an angel in disguise. What an ordinary African man would not do, my husband did it for me. The way he treated me like the queen I was born to be. Despite the fact that he wasn't influential, he wasn't from a rich background, he was from a humble background, but his humility was beyond explanation. This is a man that didn't allow me wash, he didn't allow me sweep. The only thing I know is my wifely responsibilities of cooking for him and the other one. But every other thing, from my pregnancies to my birth to birthing my children, he was like a mother to me. I didn't miss my mother then. Although before I married him, I lost all my parents. But you know, when you marry and there are some certain challenges you find in life that you flash back. If my parents were alive, if my mother, I didn't have a chance to miss my mother. Just for one thing, how she pampered us. But every other thing, he was always there for me. In fact, we're two inseparable people. We were always together.
I love to hear it. I do. You met in ministry.
Yes.
You loved what it was that was between you, and it ended in marriage. And here he is being, let me use the word awesome, being an awesome husband. What was he like as a father?
He was wonderful. He was wonderful. He was loving. But he was very firm with his children because he loved discipline, and he always told them, one area we will have issues with you is if you are not disciplined. He loved his children. He pampered his children from birth. He will bath them. He will back them on his back. Even when I had the pouch, the carrier to carry them, he will do that. I'll just be strutting behind him. He was the one taking them to school, bringing them back, despite his tight schedules as a minister of the gospel. He was always there for his children.
A very present father, I can say.
Always.
What was it? I know you've painted this picture where all you needed was there. But were there times when you felt that maybe you struggled as a wife or as a mother?
Yes. In ministry, we had our own fair share of ups and downs. Okay. And he was into full-time ministry then. And we were with a particular body of the church.
Okay.
We started with Redeemed Christian Church of God. And we were in faraway Kujama. That's Chikun local government.
Yes.
Where we started. We started humbly with him, and it was okay. Then we were alone. But when family started coming, things became a bit tough. That I had to digress a bit. Since he was a full-time minister, I had to digress a bit and get something doing to support my family. So I got employed into a school in Kujama there, where we were. I've forgotten the name of the school, but I'll remember, I'll let you know. And then I worked there as a matron in the school, as a counselor in the school. That was where I worked to support my husband, because the income then wasn't enough for all of us.
I can imagine.
It was rough, actually. It was rough. But I tried to see the joy in it. Not the situation around me, but the person in particular. He was a very strong man and a man of faith. Nothing moved him. Nothing. Even there were times that we couldn't feed, but it doesn't move him. You say God will provide. God will provide. For a woman, it wasn't easy. And from where I was coming from to where I came, it wasn't easy. I was eating more than 3 square meals. I had all the delicacies in life and all that. But coming down to him, it wasn't easy, actually.
So what would you say kept you through those tough times?
The hope and the trust I had in him. Apart from God, he was the next person. I believed so much in what he believed in. If he tells me this is this, I believe it. And I even if we'll sleep hungry, that joy alone that he has said, the confidence I've seen in him, there's something that he held on to. There was a confidence, I'll call it faith, he had, that kept us through the dark days. And you see, once he says, this is it, it happens like that. I may be sad. Sometimes I'll go in my room, I'll cry. I'll say, oh, how I wish my parents were alive. How I wish I had somebody to run to, you understand? And there were circumstances around our union that maybe kept us apart from both families for some time. We stayed apart, we're just to ourselves like that. But then at the end of it all, at the end of the day, you see, light will come. Anyhow.
Light will come.
Yes, hope.
That's wonderful. Usually when you view life in hindsight, things make more sense. Somebody says in the driving of life that the rear view mirror of life tells you more than when you look ahead. The certainty may not be there, but once you've gone through an experience and you think back, it makes more sense now. Because having gone through it, there's a level of growth, there's a level of strength that you come out of a situation with, that having overcome, it makes more sense now why you had to go through it. You now see the reason for some of the things that you had to go through. What are the strengths you'd say you pulled out of that stage of your life, of having had to endure that portion of your life, that part of your marriage? how would you say it has strengthened you? What strength did you bring out of it?
I brought out a lot of strength, and I learned a lot in life. You know, we don't foresee the future.
No.
We never foresee the future, and we cannot tell what the future holds for us.
Yes.
But in all this, it has molded me to be able to be strong with the present condition I'm in now. It has given me the boldness, it has given me the courage, and it has given me a reason to see life, that there is hope after everything that happens to someone in life. And it has strengthened me, and it has made me more dependent on God and myself.
How long ago was it that your husband died? How long ago has your husband been? When did he die?
He died on the 21st of February this year, 2026.
This year?
Yes, this year.
Oh, this year. Very fresh. Sorry for your loss again.
Thank you.
I was going to ask how your children remember him, but now that you've mentioned when he died, I realize that for their entire life up until now, he has been in the picture. Do you ever talk with them and reminisce on when Daddy was here? Daddy memories and all of that.
We do that a lot. Every day of our life. There is no day we wake up without talking about him. He has left indelible prints in our lives. From the time he wakes us up for morning devotion. In fact, the younger one was mimicking him. That was what he always used to tell them.
He would say that.
Yes. He said, when they get up and pray, or do they want the devil to come and wake them up?
You know who I'm laughing? I'm just imagining that the devil would have to come and wake you up. You know how terrifying it would be, but in the voice that you're making, it's funny.
Then he will tell, if the older one does not wake up when it's time for devotion, he will now call them, who is there? Divine, slap her. So they will be imitating him, slap her, like that. Even just yesterday we were talking about him, you know, how he talks to them when he tells them to do something and they don't do it. You know, he's always orderly. He was like a military man. Always on point, always. When it's time for them to go to school, you wake them up. Don't go late to school. When it's time for them to prepare for church, don't go late to church. So once those hours come and those times come, you see, it will flash back to us. They will keep saying it. Like one of them was saying, when she hears a knock on the door, she will say, it's Daddy. Maybe he has come back from his journey. There is a particular way he knocks on the door. So the elder one knocks like that. So she will now be shouting, why are you knocking like that? You want us to think it's Daddy that is coming back. So every day of their life, they always talk about him. They said, Mommy stopped cooking. Any day I cook something that is their father's favorite, she will say, oh, Daddy and Mommy, how bad? They keep saying it. And I now told them, I said, some of the things I do for your dad, I will not do it again. Since if I do it, we end up, the food will not eat it happily, we keep crying and all that. It's painful.
It is. It is. So you mentioned that when you do those nice things you do when your husband was alive, your children know that when he was alive, he would have reacted this way. He loved this. Oh, this is usually how Daddy liked or loved for this and that to be done and all of that. When you do them now, it brings back memories. And I'm sure it's touchy and all of that. And you said you had talked to them and said maybe you would stop. But do you feel that stopping would help you heal, or you think that keeping his memory alive, even if he's doing these little things and talking about him, will be much better for your overall healing and, like I said, keeping his memory alive? Would you rather stop, or do you want the memory to keep going?
Well, I'd rather stop, sincerely speaking, because if I don't stop, I might end up hurting myself. Yes, I might end up hurting myself, and I will end up caging my life from moving forward. I would say I'm still young. At 50, I'm still young. And if I don't stop that, I will not see reason to move forward if the need arises. When I say move forward, I'm talking in terms of maybe a relationship in the future, maybe other the places I have to go to, maybe relocation. It might affect me. I will not want to move away from his memories because they linger every day of my life. At a point in time, I didn't want to talk to anybody. If I see any male around me, I get agitated. Fear grips me. I will be thinking maybe because my husband is not around, they might harm me, because he was very protective. He was very protective. And when he was alive, I didn't socialize much.
Okay.
I didn't socialize much. I was always with him. He was, in fact, he enjoyed my company. I enjoyed his company. I had friends, actually. I had classmates, but I didn't actually socialize well because he always wanted us to be together. We go to the shop together. We go to the hospital together. Even at a point in time, my place of work, when I was working in Prelude, he was always there. I had a baby then. My second child was 3 months. He will come when I'm doing my rounds. He will sit with my baby outside and hold her. And when it's time to close, he will come and pick us. Because he was always in the church, and if it's not time for service or it's not time for counseling, the next thing is me. He'll come around to see how he can help me. Most of the students they know him. He comes around, he will help me and all that. That's the kind of man he was. And for me, even as much as making my bed now that I sleep on is difficult for me, he does it. My children are there. He does it. He doesn't allow them to do it. My clothes, from the day I married him till the day he died, if a week to his death, they were telling me he was sitting down and he was washing my clothes. He washes my clothes. He irons my clothes. I don't take it to the dry cleaner.
A week before he died?
Yes, he was doing that. He will sit down my pedicure. As much as my pedicure, I can't remember last when I entered the salon to wash to get my feet washed. He does it. He does it. So you when I'm talking of healing, you will know the depth of what I'm talking about. This is someone, a man, who during childbirth, women are there, the women from the church will come. After they finish bathing me, I will be complaining, ouch, ouch. He will still boil water and massage me. That is when I will sleep. If any other person does it, it doesn't work. That's how strong the bond was. So for me to heal, it's not a day's job. Letting go of the memories is what will help me. Already psychologically, I'm traumatized.
You have described very deep connections.
Yes.
Now, I don't know how long or even how such a bond would be. Let me not use the word broken, but
20 years of this bond from day one. 20 good years. I've not had cause for one day to say I've left his house. I've gone home, as in we've quarreled or we fought. He was a godly man. He was a godly man. And that was my prayer. Anyone that is godly, every other thing will fall in pleasant places. He wasn't the social type, but he knew how to love his wife in the best possible way he could.
Wow. I'm happy that you got to spend that much quality of a time with him. And I know that is difficult now that is no longer here. But at least he's remembered for very beautiful things, and not memories that bring pain, but in another light. I'm grateful for your sake that at least, even when you and the children are down because you're remembering him, still for good reasons. Still for good reasons. 20 years together. With career, ministry, raising a family, trying to be good people. Was it sudden, his death? Or was there a journey that prepared you for a day that did finally come?
His death was sudden. For the 20 years I was with him, there was never a day that you will say he was sick and we took him to the hospital. Even when he falls sick, you see, with my little knowledge of little medical knowledge, yes, I should just administer what I feel is right for him. He was just a very funny man. Said, "Couldn't doesn't look at Chabin. She said, just biti dashi balikita, baenga likita agidana." That was his mentality. He always made fun of everything. I'll say, "To me, I'm not a likita. I'm just a nurse. So likita will diagnose you better."
Yes.
So likita will diagnose you better, but still he will not. And just maybe a little stress here and there, maybe fever, and that was all. But that fateful day took us by surprise. It took us by surprise. It just started like a mare. He just said he was feeling pain in the chest, and even when he complained, he was still feeling pain and all that. I said, "Oh, now it's time for us to go to hospital. Number one, your age." He was 60. I said, "It's time for you now to do a good overhaul of your system. Enough of the faith, enough of everything. God has brought you thus far. But now it's time." And the way I saw him, I knew that this was beyond the normal pain and all the tiredness. It was sudden. Just within the span of 1 week. In fact, 3 days we went to the hospital. We came back. I called the barber to shave his head and all that. I said he was looking wonderful. I said to her, "From here now, go and see your mom. His aged mom is still alive." She has not seen him for quite some time. So I now said to her, "Since you are strong and they've told her you're not feeling fine, let me take you so that she will see you and her mind will be at rest." He said, "Okay." I took him. The barber came. He shaved him. We sat down with him. By 12 midnight, the story changed.
That same day?
Of that same day, the story changed. He started gasping. He was breathless. I was now trying to make food for him to eat. And he said I should make tuwo for him with draw soup. I was making draw soup for him. And intermittently he'll be calling me Angel. That was the name he used to call me, Angel. And now I'll answer, "Baby love, what is it?" He will now say, "Come, come." When I come, he say, "Hold my chest." I'll hold his chest. See, my chest is paining me. I say, "Pray for me." I'll pray for him. I say, "Okay, you too pray," But by 12:30 in the night, his condition changed. He now swelled up. His whole body swelled up. And he was breathing hard, So we now rushed him to the hospital. And from the hospital, they now sent us. We went to a private hospital. From the private hospital, they now referred us to the specialist, that's the Barodiko, to go and for proper medical checkup. And the tests were going on. We went on a Wednesday. By Saturday, 8 p.m., he passed on.
In the hospital?
Yes.
But That must have been painful to watch, to go through. All within a week. I'm so sorry to hear this. But even with all of this happening, the breathing changing, his body swelling, you haven't taken him to the hospital and seen all the activities of the medical personnel. Did death ever cross your mind as an end for that particular situation?
Oh, never. I never imagined, I never pictured it. Even at that particular time, I was telling him, I said, you are a strong man. Then, in fact, he was not, I'm sure he could hear me, but he wasn't responding. He wasn't responding, and I kept on. In fact, I was even on that day in the morning, I wanted to go home because of the children. But something kept telling me, if I go, I may not come back and meet him. I said, I was fighting within myself. What type of thought is that? Your husband is a strong man. He's a very strong man. He will fight it and he will come through. I now came to him. I sat by his bedside. The nurse came and she was trying to change the drip. She was struggling to change the drip. The infusion set broke. She sent me to get it. I rushed. I got it. I came back. She fixed it. She was struggling. I was assisting her to fix it so that he will keep going. And then later on, his hands, if any other person, there were two other people, there was somebody that was there, a man, because of lifting him, I couldn't do it alone. So if his hands, he will be shaking the hands and all that, the person will now say, Mommy, come and talk to Dad. It's like if he senses you are around, he's a bit calm. I now came, and what's the pain I was watching him pass through, I didn't want to add to it. If I sit down, I'll be crying. If I come to hold him, I'll be crying. And I didn't want my tears to the last moments.
Sorry.
I didn't want him to go with that feeling. I would just stay, and then I will clean him. I'll clean his face. I will now call him, baby love, baby love. He will just turn. His eyes had already closed. He will just turn his face. His hands will just rest on my body. Once he knows that I'm the one, you see his hand. The next thing, his hand will just come on my body, or he'll put the hand on my chest. And then his eyes are still closed. I will now go close to him. In his ears, I'll be praying for him. I'll be telling him, Angel, baby love is still waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. Your children are waiting for you. You'll come back home and meet us. It's not time for you to go. We still have a lot to do. I said, the children are still growing. I'll keep telling him from afar like this. You hear, he will just heave. And you see tears. Just tears. You see tears coming out of his eyes. But he couldn't talk. He couldn't move. He was just there. Some hours before, I think by 6, our first daughter came. When she saw him, she was crying. Someone called her. I said, why are you crying? Why are you crying? I said, don't cry. Don't cry. Go and talk to him. She said, can Daddy hear me? I said, yes. Go and talk to him. When she went close to him, she said, Daddy, it's Ella. It's Mono. He turned again, but his eyes were still closed. He turned his side with his head as if he was looking at her, saying something. She said, Mom, his eyes are not open. I said, talk to him. For the fact that he has moved his head, that he has acknowledged you are here. So she hugged him and she was crying. In fact, the last picture of him before he died was what she took the picture. And when she came out, she said, Mommy, this is not Daddy. Daddy has gone. I said, don't say that. We have seen worst case scenarios, people that have fallen sick, but they came out of it.
Yeah.
She left by 6. He passed on by 8 on a Saturday.
I know it was difficult for you, but I'm sure that it was particularly difficult for the children to see their once very agile, firm father in bed like that. How did they handle his passing?
To break the story to them was in fact, after they had taken his body and deposited the body in the mortuary, when they were going to take me home, I said, I will not go home. The pain of him passing away now, I'm chesting it. But how? Who will tell these children that their father is no more? My younger sister, whom they love very much, and she was very close to him, she came. She now said, let's go home. I will tell them. My 2 younger siblings had already gone home. So when they saw my siblings, they now called me, say, Mommy, is everything okay? Then he had already passed on. Yes. I said, yes, everything is okay. What happened? He said, I've seen your 2 sisters. And why are they coming at this particular time? I said, you saw them. What did you see them do? Say nothing, that they came to ask that why didn't they go to the hospital? They came straight home. I said nothing. They called me. I said they should come first to the house. I'll be coming back any moment from now to get food for the people that are staying in the hospital. Then she just said, hey, Mommy. Hey, Mommy. I said, hey, what? I said, you were in the hospital. Didn't you see your daddy? She said, yes. It's Mommy, are you sure everything is okay? I said, everything is okay by the special grace of God. Can't you hear me talking normally? She now said yes. I said, okay. I said, wait for me. I'm coming home now. I said, what are you doing? She said, she's washing her clothes and preparing to go to school. She will be going to school on Sunday, where she stays before she will go back to school. So I said to leave what you are doing and get water and drinks. We are coming. That was what I told her. I said, we are coming. I want to eat before and have my bath before I will go back to the hospital. That was how we came back to the house. Before we came back to the house, apparently news travels fast. My neighbors had already had wind of what was happening. They were waiting.
In the house?
They were waiting outside. They couldn't enter the house because if they enter, the children will know. So they were waiting outside. Immediately I came down. My sister-in-law was with me already. She was making a scene already. They had to close her mouth and everything. And me, I stood strong. I refused to shed tears. I was just bold. When I entered the house, I went straight to my room. With his things and all the things we brought back from the hospital were left in the car with my younger sister. We now came in. When we came in, they were all, the way they greeted me was not the same way. I now entered the room. They followed me. I said, how can you follow me? Go out now. Let me undress. I'm coming. So they went out. She did not enter the sitting room. She sat in the courtyard. And when she sat in the courtyard, the only thing I heard was, Jesus, Jesus, I know my daddy is no more. See my daddy. Yes, say, see my daddy. My daddy has come back home. And that was all.
Where she was sitting and waiting.
Yes,
for
that
you.
was where I heard her shouting Jesus. Before you know it, she collapsed. The younger one rushed outside, saw her sister. She now rushed inside the room. And that was when I couldn't hold my tears. I just burst out shouting. The younger one held me and she also slumped. From that day till we buried him, most especially the younger one that was not privileged to see him for some days, it wasn't funny. We almost lost her. It was just God's divine intervention. She couldn't talk. She couldn't move. She was just watching as the whole said it was happening. I said, divine. Yikuka. Chabinchi. That was it. It wasn't funny.
It wasn't funny indeed. You know, even listening, my mind is painting pictures as you speak, and it was a lot to go through. Your daughter that said that first collapsed before your youngest saw her and all of that. When she said see that, was it that she actually did see an image or something? Or what was it?
She said she saw him. She said she saw him. That she saw him come, that he entered the house. There's a knapsack he uses when he wants to travel. That she saw him with the knapsack entering the house. That was when she knew something happened. Shouted, see my daddy, see my daddy.
I'm so sorry for your loss once again. It sounded very tough. But was there a reason why your youngest wasn't allowed or wasn't able to see him during those final days?
Actually, I have a granddaughter, and the mother goes to school, so she doesn't stay with us. And I was busy with him in the hospital, and if she goes to school in the morning, she will stay the baby will be, I have to go with the baby to the hospital, and you know the hospital environment is not good. So for that particular time, I just took excuse from the school so that she will stay with the baby at home, and she will help with the baby because the baby was very young at that time. So the baby is used to her, and she's used to all we've done for the baby, we do for the child. She's used to the child. So that was why she wasn't able to, if she comes to the hospital, we have to take her, and the hospital is not where he was in the emergency section of Barodiko, and you know the place can be very, rowdy and all that. Health-wise, it's not good for her. So that was the reason why she couldn't go. But that very Saturday, I promised her that when the sister comes, I will come home to eat, and then when I'm done, I will bring her along, then she will go back. The person that will come with us to the hospital will now take her back. Unfortunately, I couldn't go back.
No, because one of my elder sisters died, and we never saw, I particularly didn't see. She traveled and then didn't come back. I know I'd say for years, I'd be somewhere and I'll catch a glimpse of somebody I thought was her, and I don't know, but every time I saw a picture like that, there was a kind of hope that welled up inside me that it might be her. It took me a long time to reach the conclusion that indeed she had died. she's no longer, if she's around, she's somewhere, but not in this my own world, And I think that springs up from not being where around her, not having seen her in those last days while she was still around. Is there something, whether it was in life or in death, that had happened that you probably would have done differently or wish had been done differently?
Actually, if there was, I can give my life for him to live. If it were possible for somebody to remove his life and give for him to live, I would have done it. There's nothing, humanly speaking, that we didn't do to see he lived. They were wonderful people that came through for us, home and abroad. My family were there. They were up and doing. In fact, in our life, my family never, there was nothing that they have done like trying to save my husband that gave me joy. They stood for me. They stood for me. We spent all we could spend, our life savings, whatever I could lay my hand on to save his life, we did it. In fact, the last part of his life, I was thinking if there's a way we could take him to Abuja. They were thinking of the cost and everything. I said, if there's a place they can go and keep me and collect money, they should keep me there, collect the money and go with him. Later on, we'll settle it. They laughed. We tried all we could. And it came as a rude shock. It's as if somebody slapped me and passed, and I'm trying to find who the person is. That was how his death was. Shock. In fact, when I saw the way they were, the last minute when he was gasping, the boy that was staying with him, I just stepped out. I felt as if I was breathless. I said, let me just sit outside and get fresh air. I just put my hand on my chin and I was watching how 5 people died that particular day. He was the 6th person that died. When I saw the nurse was going up and down, she was trying to hit his chest. I was now asking her, I said, is he not breathing? She said, yes. Oxygen. They were rushing to go and look for oxygen. I said, let's give him mouth to mouth. Let's rush and give him mouth to mouth before the oxygen will come. They now, some few women that were there just held me and said, calm down. I now looked at them. I said, calm down. He's going, no. They say, calm down. He's not going anywhere. I now sat down. Just his bed was by the corner. I sat down. I now just closed my eyes and I was saying, God, don't allow this to happen. God, show me you are God. Don't allow this to happen. He's my life. He's my life. Don't allow this to happen. And then I saw my sister-in-law coming out. I saw the other guy coming out. Immediately, they just held me. Some women held me, turned me around and took me outside and said, sit down. I sat down outside. I just closed my eyes. I said, God, take control. I said, take control. I don't know what will happen next. See, my sister-in-law now shouted. She now says, Sarah, yes, say Angel Hatafi. I say, Angel, beta fi ko ina ba. Say, beta fi ko ina ba yana nan. Say, Angel Hatafi. I say, beta fi ko ina ba yana nan. I just went out. I sat down. Immediately I picked my phone. I called my younger sister. I said, Mama Iman, she said yes. I said, Zo de Sauri. Baba Monom, ya tafi. She shouted. Da gaske? I said, ya tafi. She now came. And then the younger brother came and all other people came. When they were about to take his body out to the mortuary, that was when I realized that in reality he's no more. I said, wait, they should wait. Let me touch him and see if he's still breathing. They say, no, Kibari, yarga tafi, kiya haƙuri. I say, Sam, sai na mishi magana. They now opened the covering. I stood by his ears. I say, Angel, I say, you promised me that you will be with me till old age. You told me that even when you are holding stick, you can't see. That I will help you hold the stick. I say, I'll use the stick and be beating you. I say, get up. Oh. Your stick is waiting for you. Get up. You are not going anywhere. You can't go and leave me. I say, you are leaving me with the children. You are a joker. Stand up. I was shouting. Somebody, I don't know the person. I don't know. Somebody just dragged me from there. And all I can remember is I entered car and I went home. That was it. That was how the journey began.
So sorry. As a woman of faith, a woman married to a man in ministry who believed and indeed trusted in the Lord, his death, did it affect your faith in any way? Were you angry that, you had prayed, you had spent money, maybe even incurred debt to ensure that he should be okay, and still here you are and he's gone? Did it affect your faith in any way?
At a point in time, my mind was blank. My mind was blank. I wasn't listening to anything. I couldn't hear anything. I was partially like deaf. My eyes, I couldn't see. Even if people are sitting down, I would just, by voices, my vision was blurred. And all that I didn't even remember whether I was in this life or maybe I was in this world or not. For that day, that particular day, the first day, the second day, the third day, my mind was blank. I didn't think whether I'm existing or nothing came to my mind. I just didn't think of anything. But on the fourth day, God will always be God. True. And I've grown. The life I lived with him, he mentored me to totally trust God, no matter what. In that period, I used to think of how we go to also talk to people who have lost their loved ones. His words kept echoing in my mind. The words he used to tell people, words of comfort, words of consolation, were the words I heard. As if it was playing back to me. As if he now came and was telling me I should be comforted. I sat down, and after the third day, I now began to think. I said, God is still God. And God has a reason why he allowed it to happen. True. At first, I was trying to say, yes, what will the world say? They will ask me, where is my God? Because the way I believed that he will get up from that sick bed. But at the end of the day, I just don't know peace. I had peace. A month, 2 weeks to his death, we were sitting in the sitting room and we were watching a documentary by the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Daddy Enoch Adeboye.
Yes.
He said something there. He said, if today he dies, even his wife that they sleep in the same room will not be able to sleep with his corpse. I now looked at my husband. My husband looked at me. He said, Daddy, he'll be alone in the room, that she will not be able to sleep with his corpse. Do you know, my husband turned and looked at me and asked me, he said, Angel. I said, yes. He said, do you hear what the Jew said? I said, I'm trying not to hear what he said. So he now said, if I die today, maybe you were sleeping together and I die, what will be your reaction? I say, the person that will come to carry your corpse, they shall chizu. I'll bite them before they will be able to remove me from your body. He said, Hakane? I say, yes. Why should I be afraid of you? I say, for Daddy Gio to say this, I don't know his own take, but for me, if I'm sleeping by you like this and I wake up and see you are dead, it will take the grace of God for anybody to remove you from my hands. I say, that day, I'll pray prayer of Elijah. You must come back to life. He laughed. 2 weeks to his death.
2 weeks.
Then I now ask myself, why are you asking me this kind of question? Why will you look at me and ask me this kind of question? He smiled. He said, he said, death is inevitable and it can come at any time. 2 weeks to his death, every morning devotion, he will tell his children, cloud of witnesses, that whatsoever anyone does in life, there are cloud of witnesses watching. He said, one day, he will be among them and he'll be watching what we are doing. When my children told me, this is what he said, because on some of the mornings, maybe I'm off, I'm not in town, maybe I'm off to work or I'm doing business somewhere.
Yes.
So he does devotion with them. Sometimes when I come back, I am tired. He doesn't want to wake me up for morning devotion. He does it with the children. And then they were telling me all he said. My elder brother's daughter that stays with me, after I lost my brother, she stays with me. She wanted to travel to Abuja. He now told her, he said, Dorcas, wait for me. If you go, you will not see me again. Dorcas said, Daddy, what are you saying? He said, I said, don't go to Abuja. Wait first.
He wasn't traveling. So
no.
It wasn't as if maybe he had something to do somewhere.
No. She was sitting by the corridor. Casually, he was passing. He was going to the restroom. He just said, Dorcas, you want to go to Abuja? I said, don't go. Wait first. If you go and come back, you will not meet me. That was what he said. So after the third day, we were sitting down in the room. She was now telling me, see what Daddy said, see what Daddy said. I just smiled. I said, he knew he was going to go. And he was trying to prepare you people. But for me, he never, even a hint, he did not allow me to know anything was wrong.
But do you think that if you had heard some of these things because he wasn't sick, would it have even clicked that he's talking about his death? Because I also have a similar experience where one of my elder brother's mother-in-law, my father he wasn't based in Kaduna anymore, so he just came to visit. So she came around to greet him and they were talking and she was teasing him and saying, so now he's finally back and he will stay in Kaduna again, instead of going back to the village and staying by himself. And he said no, that he's going back to the village on Easter Day. Not for Easter. He said on Easter Day. And you're wondering, well, you won't travel until on Easter Day, it didn't sound normal. Who wants to travel on Easter Day? And for him, he's somebody whom we know revered the holiday itself. It meant everything to him. So why travel on that day? So we just heard the conversation and didn't really make meaning of it. My father died on Easter morning of 2019. That very day he told. So now that it happened like that was when she came and reiterated that he had told her this thing when she came. And some of us said, yes, we heard it. But it didn't make... He said, no, him is going back home on Easter Day. He died on Easter morning. Easter Sunday. He died on Easter morning. If you had heard him say these things to them, maybe not even to you directly, even asking you after that the Jew has said this in that documentary, do you think you would have gotten a hint of something is wrong or he will soon die or something? Do you think it would have occurred to you?
Yes, it would have occurred to me because he personally knows there are some things he doesn't see casually.
Okay.
This type of comments he makes, he's somebody that doesn't like it for 1 second. For instance, now, you say, where you, something like that. Where you, tell you, you say, what is where you? Those kind of things. Where you, what is the meaning of where you? Why would you say that? Say I am healed. Say I am well. So, for him, personally, to say those kind of things, me, personally, he knows I'm a very sensitive person spiritually. I sense I'm very sensitive when it comes to things like that. And there are things, that when it will happen to people that are close to you, there's a way God does it. He doesn't allow you get wind of it.
True.
So for him, he knows who I am. I know who he is. There are so many things pertaining to his death that he avoided. For instance, they told me categorically that when he was sick, when I am around, I'm not focusing on him, maybe I'm looking elsewhere, I'm doing something, he will focus on me. He will be staring at me. He will be gazing at me. Once I turn to look at him, he will turn his face. He did it. And when I'm not around, there are certain things he tells people that were close to him. He told them that he will be traveling this January and they will not see him. But he has never said it when I am present. Where are you going to? He will not tell them. Firstly. Secondly, when his sister came, one of his sisters that stays in Zaria, the one that is immediately after him came, he sat down with her. He was now telling there was another widow there that is very close to him. So she sat down. He now told her, he said one thing. Everything we're doing there, we're making noise, we're trying to make him easy. We will not utter a word. After everybody, he saw that I went out to do something. The two of them were in the room. He now opened his mouth and told the widow. He was a man of few words. He now opened his mouth and told the widow. He said, "Ina sauri zan tafi, ina son je in haɗu da Yesu." Say the widow now answered him, say, "Daddy, kana so ka je wai yana sauri wai he has an appointment with Jesus." So the widow now said, "Kana da appointment with Jesus?" He now said yes. He said, "A Jerusalem ba." He says, "Zaka je Jerusalem ba." Dama, it has been your dream for you to go to Jerusalem.
She wasn't even looking at it as in death.
No. She wasn't looking at it as in death. So when I came back, he now kept quiet. I now asked her, I said, "Mama Sarah?" He said, "Yes." On it had in kuna da daddy, we kiji daddy fa, we achi we zeji ye meeting the Yesu. Immediately I just turned, I looked at him. I said, "Ka fara ko? Meeting the one Yesu. Ba inda zaka ji, kana nan da mu anan. I said it casually. And then he just managed to smile. He smiled. He now turned his face to the wall.
So that means you understood, but she didn't.
She, definitely in situations like that, your mind will be going to and fro. Of course, death will be coming. Death will be coming. I had a premonition. When people like that hardly fall ill like that, it's two things. It's either they come out or they die. But inside me, truth be told, I felt it. Part of me was going. In fact, there was a time I went home and I was at home. I went to shower. I just felt as if life had gone out of me. Something just left me like that. From that day, my spirit became heavy. The bond I had with him was the reason why this happened. I felt it. Something left me.
That's a lot. It's quite a lot. So now, life as you know it had changed. Body being buried. There are children to take care of. Coming from family, was there any difficulty you experienced? Were there any issues? As we know, traditionally, sometimes things can come up. What was the experience?
Honestly, from his death, from the day he died till the day we buried him, I didn't have any issues with any of his family members.
Okay.
I did not have any issues with them. The burial was very successful. And actually, I didn't have any direct rapport with them. The burial, the procedure and everything they handled everything.
Okay.
It was just, before he died, there are some certain instructions that he kept telling me. Like he said, if I die, when we go for burial, and sometimes he officiates in burial ceremonies. So when I come back, there are so many things he says, about it. And then he was part of his ministry was widows.
Okay.
He also had that passion for widows, and there are times Wednesdays he has prayer sessions with them, and anything they give him, he will share with them. So their ordeals, they share with him. Sometimes when they come to the house, they share with us what they've been passing through and all that. While the widow is seated, he will turn to me and say, "Angel," say, "Yes, Inamutu, Bana son akwati." I will now be like, Baka son akwati Al'adanka bana akwati bani. Sorry, I'm speaking in Hausa, but I will interpret because I know there are people that don't say, you say I shouldn't do a casket for him. I will ask him, your tradition, does it forbid casket? You say no. He has his reasons why he doesn't want a casket. The money that they will use and put, if I say it in Hausa, it's sweeter. You say abin chingara, say ajana samishi akwati kuma. Akudin akwati din za iya ba mutane su ci. Ki ci abinci da yaranki, kada akwati. Say the body is for termites. Now they will put in casket. Termites will eat the casket again. The money, you can use it for yourself and your children. I will say, yes, sir. Noted. Secondly, you say, don't keep my body for long. The day I die, bury me. Don't sit down. The food you are supposed to eat with your children, people will come, sit down and finish the food. He said, don't do it. He said, let my burial be brief. Don't spend money. And then on the day I die, sing for me. He was somebody that loved us. He loved to praise God, but he didn't know how to dance and he didn't know how to sing well. So when he wants to minister, he will say, sing for me. And one of his daughters, the first one, sings very well. She sings beautifully. And then the second one too picked interest and they sing. So when he wants, anytime he wants to pray or he wants to say, sing for me, he said, if I die, praise God. Say, don't mourn. He said, praise God on my behalf. So those are some of the things he told me, and I kept them at the back of my mind. So when he passed on, they asked me, do you have any special thing? I said, yes. These are the things he said. They now said, no, they cannot bury him anyhow, and they have to bury him in a casket. We have to give him a befitting burial. I said he's a funny person. I said, supposing you come to carry his corpse now and you put it in the casket and he stands up, what will you do? I was just, picturing how he is. Because he can do it. He can do it. He said, if somebody will say, if anybody that is not godly touches his body, will get up. So if they put him in a casket, he can get up. So those are the funny things, those are the only things I told them, but every other thing, they did it themselves.
Okay, so there were no issues. But so far, living, he's gone now. Through the pain and the bitterness of a life you could have had that will not happen anymore. How have you been able to adjust to living without him? What's your now like?
My now, it's not funny. It's not funny. Despite the fact that I had something doing, I had my side hustles. He was the one doing virtually everything in the house. Even if I had money, he knows I have money. He will never ask me. He will always try his manly best. I quote, men. He will try his manly best to do what there are so many things I didn't know existed as a woman in the house. For instance, if my borehole spoils, I don't know how it is fixed. As much as my bulb in the house, I don't know how it is fixed. He was both. He was everything. He was everything in the house. He was the plumber. He was the electrician. At a point in time, a month after he passed on, we discovered that one pipe in the house was spoiled. It was leaking. Water was gushing out. And I had to get a plumber. Only for the plumber to come to the house. And I was now telling him, I said, did you come with anything? He said, no. I said, let me check something. Only for me to enter the store and bring out his tool bags. Everything was there. I now sat down quietly. I began to cry. I said, now I know his worth. If he was there now, simply he would have done it. But I had to pay for the plumber. Maybe 500? He used all the tools from my husband's tools. The tools, the nuts, everything from my husband's own. But I had to pay him.
That's to show that your husband knew what he was doing all these years.
He knew what he was doing. So the pain of me having to, as a bulb spoils, for me having to now go and buy it, climbing to fix it. At a point in time, I was now crying. I always flash back. If my husband was around, he would have done this. He would have done that. I'm telling you.
Constant reminders.
Till now, as I'm seated here, I'm yet to come out of that sleep. Let me call it dream. I'm yet to come out of it. I'm just trying to be strong for my children. I'm just trying to to be strong also for others that may need me. Apart from that, I would have, if there's any word I will use, I'll be a recluse. I don't find joy in anything I do. I don't find joy. I just manage. I manage to look good. I manage, I just manage. Let me use that word, manage. I just manage to move on. From February till date, I think I've been in and out of the hospital for more than I can count. There's a time I walked to the hospital myself, but I woke up on the hospital bed. There's 2 weeks I'm well, 2 weeks I'm not okay. I just keep going well today, sick tomorrow. I don't know. Emotionally. And as if with time, according to the Englishman, he said time heals all wounds. But it's as if with time, my own, they keep expanding. My wounds keep expanding. I feel as if I'm alone in the world. Despite my children are there, but they too, they are not helping matters. Instead of them helping me to heal, anytime they sit down with me, is their father, their father, their father.
They are also grieving. You lost a husband and they lost a father. It's the same thing, and yet it is not the same thing.
It's not.
So as much as you have your own pain, they have theirs. They have theirs. And as far as married life is concerned, I think you've enjoyed yours as it was. But with them, there are milestones they are still looking forward to, and daddy will not be there. It's also a pain that you will also carry, but still running in their heads. And because of the time, and like you said, it seems like it's not getting any easier. Because of the time, there's still more to remember and even possibly cry over as time goes. But I'd say for the little time in between then and now, you've shown a lot of strength that I don't think a lot of people will be able to boast about. To come out here and even sit and discuss about it, talk about it and be vulnerable about it and still show strength while doing that. It's something that speaks a lot of strength to me. I was going to say if there were any discriminations, but I doubt that you're out and about. I'm not sure that you're fully back in social living currently. I don't think that. Are you?
Well, I'm not really. I think socially, I would say this foundation is the first I came out from.
I imagined so.
I came to, and I saw, in fact, that very day, I saw a young widow with a baby on her back. In fact, that's one of the things that broke me, that I couldn't stay for the pictures. If you observe, I was not in any of the pictures, the group pictures, because I was in tears. I was in pain. I said, God, me, that my children are even grown up, look at this one. Honestly, I don't know. This foundation is just God sent. When I came out, I saw reason to move on. I saw how she was just going about with her baby on her back, her small baby. In fact, I had to ask her, I said, are you a widow? You are a widow? She said, yes, mommy. I said, Mommy again. Mommy widow, pikin widow. I cried when I went to told my children. I say, from today, I will stop calling myself a widow. I've seen the one that's senior me. They say, Mommy, why did you say that? Is it older widows? I say, I saw the youngest. Where would that one start from? where would she start from? If that particular one I saw, very young, I say, if that particular one I saw reason to move ahead, why, what of me?
What of you? Before your coming on that very day, how did you hear about Safif?
There was one lady on social media.
Okay.
There's a group where we're in the same group. She now said she now sent me the flyer. She said, Mommy, she said, there's this Widows Foundation that they are wonderful people. She is not a widow, but she said if there's any widow that they know, they should share. She saw it on social media, so she decided to share it.
Okay.
And as I said, do you know about them very well? She said no, that she doesn't know you people, but she has been seeing your adverts on social media and all that. So she now sent me the flyer on WhatsApp. She said, Mommy, apply. So my own thinking of a widow, is a widow maybe is somebody that is dejected, abandoned and all that. I now started thinking, I said, all these widow organizations, somebody will come and go and enter cult one day. I said, I've heard so many stories about widow organizations, what they do, so many bad activities and all that. I said, Kai, and my experience, I've never had any real experience with any organization, as in a widows organization like that. I used to hear about them and I hear about what they do, some good, some bad. So I was now saying, hey, so now me too have become a widow, that's me. Now I will join an organization or something, I was just skeptical about it. I talked to my daughter, my second daughter, because we're always, I say, see what one of my friends sent to me, that there's a widow's grant and that's all that. She said, Mommy, what it all? There's nothing bad in it. Try. I said, sometimes these fraudsters to use those
platforms like that.
I was now saying, I said, let me know, because of greed, because I'm looking for money or I need help, I'll go and enter one chance. I said, I will not do for quite 2 days, 3 days. I'll just open it, I'll close. When we now met, she said, Kinyi, did you send your application? I said, no. I now said, oh, let me try. Something just told me, said, try. I said, I'm not lucky with all these organizations and all that. Even sometimes grants, to apply all this. I now said, okay. But then I now sat down in the night around 12 something. I now said, Widows Foundation, okay? Let me, there's no harm in it. Let me try. So I now saw the name. I didn't even know you had any platform on Facebook or anything. I didn't know.
Okay.
So I now said, I now applied, and I applied first day, second day. I think there was no response until the third day or something. I now saw a text message. After the text message, I said, oh, maybe this one is real low. But as I saw the text message again, I said, 419, one chance again. Let me see whether they will ask me to send any money or they will say I should register. First they will tell you, register with so amount, do this and do that. I said, let me see. So I now sent the text. After the text message, I think a call followed. And then I now saw you. You now visited. I said, okay. And when I saw how serious you people are, in fact, when I saw my brother with the dread, I now said, oh, maybe this one is in South Africa. Something like an NGO or something. Yes. I said, now they have come, they are too ranchy. So when I sat down and all that, my neighbor was scared. She was outside when I went to bring you. She was a bit scared. Say, Mom, teche, lafia, when mutane, lafia, lo, mama, teche, to, I was now thinking, this World Health Organization, something, you look something like them, like all this UNICEF. I said, oh, maybe this one is a wonderful one. This one that people came to the house and all that. So after you sat down, you asked questions and the seriousness that you were jotting, I said, oh, maybe luck has now shined on me. So after all the discussions and all that, when you people left, I just felt happy. I'm telling you, I felt happy. Even without receiving anything, for the fact that you came to my house, you sat with me, you asked me questions, I felt happy. At least I've had the opportunity to speak to somebody.
We in turn are happy that we were able to put that in your path. Having experienced all of this generally, did your doubts, all your questions, were they answered as the experience went forward till the day of the grant?
Yes.
There was no more doubt, no speculations of it being a fraud, a fraudulent setup or something.
I was relieved. At least these ones are genuine. I was even telling my neighbor, I said to, let me see if it works. She too, I will now tell her about you and all others. I said I will tell them the good news. That was.
So again, thank you so much for coming, for sitting with us, and for being very vulnerable with us. Your story, like I had encouraged from the beginning, is nothing short of a dose of courage, a journey of faith. So again, thank you very much, and we are happy that Safif got the opportunity to touch you even at a time where it was good for your situation. Thank you very much for staying the length of our conversation. This has been the Impact Stories. You've heard from our conversation. It's a story of love and tenderness. It's a story that has a journey without a partner that a whole life was planned with. Resilience and strength have come from places that were unexpected. And just like I have, I hope that you as well have listened with attention that will translate into good doing, attention that will result in kindness, attention that will birth impacts of your own. Remember to like this video. Remember to share this video with someone. Please leave us a comment. Follow this channel so that you can have access to our older videos and new ones as they come. Again, this is Impact Stories. My name is Mary.